Alrighty guys, I wanted to do this video on the Mamba mentality and sports card investing. And you're saying, wait, Mamba mentality, Kobe Bryant? How can you apply that? Well, Kobe Bryant told, I believe, Damian Lillard of the Trailblazers that he used to look at tape extensively and he used to see that players consistently made the same mistakes over and over again, game by game. And Kobe Bryant, when he used to play in a game, he remembered the mistakes of those individuals and he used to exploit it. And that's one of the reasons why he was such a great player, because he looked at these small things that no one else was looking at and he was able to make an opportunity out of it. And the same thing you could apply to sports cards. You're like, wait, how? How can you do that? Well, in terms of investing, in terms of, herd mentality in the collectibles arena as of this moment, because, the market's a little frothy right now. It's hard to find opportunities, but you could still exploit it. You could just exploit their behavior. So with this herd mentality, everyone likes to go into cards right at the same time. So if it's the vintage basketball cards, you see money going in at the same time. And if it's modern basketball cards, people are going in at the same time. Sometimes it could be a cyclical thing where, okay, right now it's, after the All-Star break, we're getting close to the playoffs, we're going to throw money in there. So that logically makes sense. And, some people are, throwing their money into Top Shot. And, right now, all these guys are getting to Sports Illustrated for Kids. I actually was getting into those last summer. There's a LeBron, card from 2003, Sports Illustrated for Kids, Usain Bolt. There are a few other. Serena Williams. I wish I invested more in her. This goes on and on and on. Anyways, we can all use this Mamba mentality, and we can do things that the herd is not doing, where hot money is not flowing. And that's how you can exploit this market. You can exploit other people's weakness, in my opinion, because they go with the herd. They usually don't buy low. Obviously, some do. But, how I describe it right now is the herd buys high and tries to sell higher. They're like hedge funds. Hedge funds, some may manage to make money, but there are a lot of hedge funds that actually don't make money. And that's what I'm looking at with the herd. I mean, granted, a lot of people are making money right now because, the Fed's printing all this monopoly money. So it's easy money for now. But eventually, the law of numbers is going to stop all of this from happening in the future. People will make money, but not everyone will. Or not as many will. So, to exploit their behavior, we got to look at cards that no one else is looking at that are, number one, scarce, that have some demand, but it doesn't have the demand that would necessarily mean that the hot money would come in. So you want to get in before the hot money gets in. And, right now, I'm looking at, football quarterbacks that didn't take a snap last year that were drafted. And I specifically look at quarterbacks that have, high Wonderlic scores, because that's, in my opinion, necessary for a quarterback to be successful in this day of an age where there are complicated schemes. And, low Wonderlic score quarterbacks tend not to do well in this day of age. Lamar Jackson has had success, but I don't see him having more success in the future. Anyways, I'm looking at these quarterbacks. I'm looking at these individuals that are going to be in the Olympics this year that hasn't gotten the attention like Simone Biles has. Simone Biles' cards have gone up, but there's individuals like Katie Ledecky. You could buy her card if you buy in bulk at $3 a piece. Not bad. And shipping's included, if you buy 10 or more. If you want to look at others, Caleb Dressel, no one's heard of him. And, it's hard to find his cards. We bought a few of them. And granted, we may not make money in it. I get that. But if you do this time in and time out, eventually you're going to make money. And yeah, last year everything was cheap. 2 years ago everything was cheap. But just because everything is frothy right now doesn't mean that you can't make money. Doesn't mean that, you can exploit other people's same behavior. And this will continue on and on and on, for the foreseeable future. And the reason is, looking from a psychological perspective, there's a part in our brain called the amygdala. And in the amygdala, it's hard going against the crowd. And it's easy to go with the crowd. And I've been reading about these psychological factors in the stock market, but we could apply it here also, where everyone goes in the same direction because, they feel uncomfortable going against the herd. And it's painful to go against the herd. So, just looking at it from that point of view, we have to understand what the amygdala does, and we could just exploit that. We could exploit how everyone thinks, and we could make money in this. And granted, some people may just want to collect cards, and that's fine. I have cards as well that I collect that I have no intention of making money on. But there's a second part where I want to invest. And I want to look at things that, if I put money in it, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it if I were to lose money, because I'm not putting that much down. But the risk is low, but the return is high. So, that's how we could use the Mamba mentality and, and do really well in this game. Let me know what you guys think. I'll talk to you later. Bye.